it didn't have that extra flavor that sets a lot of the best koobidehs apart. Unfortunately, it was more on the sort of bland side, this one. My reason for this channel and the videos is to chronicle all the different Iranian Persian restaurants and koobideh that I try in all the different cities and countries I travel to frequently around the world. For you to be able to access online on this channel, either as a heads up for yourself, as reference, or if you're just curious what koobideh looks like in some other place in the world. Salam hameh, chetoni khub hastin? Nice to see everyone again. I am today in London, in Paddington Station behind me, which is a very central station in London, where a lot of trains come and go, particularly not just in London but around England as well. Very close to this particular station, there's a few Iranian restaurants, and today I went to visit Tajrish, which is just a few minutes walk from here, and I'm going to give a quick review about how it went. So the first point is the location. Paddington is in the central part of London, quite close to Marble Arch and Edgware Road. And from Paddington, it's connected to a lot of different places in London, particularly the Elizabeth line, which is a new rail line which connects not just very quickly to other parts of London, but outside of London as well. The restaurant is very close to this particular central station. And then from here, it's not a far walk at all. It's only sort of I think 5 minutes maximum from here outside the station to the restaurant. So even if you're not in Paddington, even if you're sort of at other parts of central London, especially if you're on sort of Oxford Street, Marble Arch, even a little bit more sort of to the east in Queensway, Notting Hill, this is a great location and could be easy for anybody living in London or even sort of coming into London to get to. I think this is a great location for a restaurant. The area as well is really nice when you sort of get into the area of London, that particular road in London. Lots of nice sort of houses, lots of sort of beautiful architecture, lots of nice parks, lots of little sort of restaurants as well. So highly recommended, full stop for the location. Okay, second point I'm going to talk about is the price. The koobideh at this restaurant at the time of me visiting was around 16, 15, 17 pounds. So it's on the sort of pricier side. It doesn't sort of go above the 20 pound mark, which a lot of restaurants in central London do. Just around that sort of 10, 11 pound mark. So I think it would be unfair to give it it's a little bit more expensive than some of the other restaurants towards the western side of London or south side of London, which come in around 11 pounds, 12 pounds. I think that's reasonable for a koobideh in this particular part of London. So half a star for the price. Okay, next is the service. I thought the service was not bad. I think the owner of the restaurant is usually sort of around working or sitting outside. He was sort of sitting outside when I got there. It's quite a big guy, but he was also up and around working when it got a little bit busier later. He was very, very nice, very sort of, made some jokes. Didn't really ask about where I am, who I am or where I'm from, but was still friendly enough to sort of, trying to create some conversation or just sort of make some jokes with the customers. The other sort of people in the restaurant, the other workers were also Iranians. They all had sort of dressed quite nice, and they were sort of coming and going and speaking Iranian and really sort of, not very rude. They were sort of quite pleasant as well. There's no starters at this restaurant. They didn't give any starters and they didn't give any sort of tea or anything at the end, which is something I've come to expect from the Iranian restaurants I've been to, particularly in Dubai. But I can't say the service was terrible. Was it great service? I mean, did they sort of really go out of their way to get to know me or talk to me or even sort of, offer free things? That's sort of really high level service. No, so I'm going to go for half a star for the service. Did I sort of go in there or leave feeling really, really special? No. I think those are some points that maybe they can do better. Next thing is about the quantity. Unfortunately, this is sort of the part that I think it was kind of let down. The size of the plate was not very big. The amount of rice and the koobideh itself was, I think, quite small. I wouldn't say it was average size. It was really quite small actually in general. And for the price you're paying, quite on the higher side, although not sort of breaking the sort of premium premium sort of point. Koobideh was really small. I actually left feeling still a little bit hungry. Maybe I've got a bigger stomach, but I thought they could add more rice. I think the Koobideh itself was quite on the skinnier side. Maybe it could have been a little bit fatter, maybe a little bit, I think, in terms of length. It was okay. Just I think the portion size could be more, especially for what you're paying, especially for the location. Even sort of for an average restaurant, it was quite small portion size, let alone, and I'm obviously I'm a little bit upset with the amount I pay and the location I've come to. I expect more, but even if it was sort of in a restaurant a little bit outside of London and they gave that sort of portion size, I would have been disappointed. So I think it's on the smaller side. I think they can improve on that, hopefully for the future. So I'm going to go with no stars for the quantity. We'll finish off with the quality, and the quality was not bad. I didn't leave the restaurant feeling like wow, this was the best Koobideh I've ever had. The rice was standard good. The Koobideh itself, which is the most important thing, it was juicy, had a lot of sort of juice coming out of it, was obviously just been barbecued there, but it didn't have that sort of flavor, that extra flavor that sets a lot of the best Koobidehs apart. Unfortunately, it was more on the sort of bland side, this one. مزهش خیلی قوی نبودش. مزهش خیلی زیاد نبود. So it wasn't a disaster. It wasn't like a horrible Koobideh. It was good. Again, I wouldn't say it was a great Koobideh. So I'm going to go with half a star for the quality, and I think this is another thing that maybe they can improve on, hopefully. So in summary, we're looking at 2.5 stars. 2 star برای Tajrish Restaurant in London and Paddington. Hopefully they can improve on those points and make an even better restaurant, for themselves and the customers and for همه everyone else that is joining. ولی همه شما که میرین تو آینده انشالله این پوینت رو بهتر میکنن واسه همه. So let me know what you think. If you have a different experience, if you've got a similar experience, please comment below. Please share and subscribe with others. Share with others if you found this helpful. I'm going to go off and do some other things in London. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Inshallah همدیگر رو زودی میبینیم و خوشبخت باشین. خداحافظ شما from London. Bye bye.